Good times create weak men, and weak men create hard times. An overused quote for sure, but with many absolutely repeatable applications, it stood the test of time for a reason. I'm Jack, an Australian with libertarian values who grew up idolising modern free markets like Hong Kong and Singapore. I'm now working in Malaysia. Here are my recent thoughts. A video essay about opportunity and perspective, where I hope to inspire you to take action and see things from a helpful and healthy perspective. Let's go. Part 1. Opportunity without action does not diminish the opportunity. I often come face to face with a particular phenomenon that, what I thought was initially isolated to Australia, is absolutely a global infection across developed nations. Objectively well-off people use their limited frame of reference as a justification for their struggles. And of course, they complain about completely unique circumstances that obviously no one else has experienced in history ever before. The Credit Suisse Global Wealth Report found that the median personal wealth per Australian adult was the highest in the entire world. The minimum wage in Australia is also the highest in the world. This effectively means that it is illegal to hire workers that are less productive than this arbitrary level. In other words, it's perhaps the most discriminatory policy towards self-determination in employment around the globe. Of course, it still happens, but under the table and without the backing of the legal system. Singapore is the 5th richest city in the world and the 2nd richest in Asia, according to the Henley and Partners World's Wealthiest Cities Report 2023. If you are born in Singapore today, you have more opportunity than perhaps 95% or more of the entire world. It isn't a utopia. Nowhere is. But it's pretty damn good. I keep seeing the argument that Malaysia is more relaxed, diverse, and of course, cheaper. It's probably true, and almost every Singaporean has the means to travel, work, or live well in Malaysia for as long as they so wish. The same cannot be said the other way around. Most of the world's population, including Malaysians, cannot afford to visit Singapore for an extended period of time, let alone have the opportunity to work or study there, even if they wanted to. If issues are really so bad in reality, and not just in those social media comments, whether Australia, Singapore, or any other developed nation, use your location blessings to acquire skills and capital that other people do not have the opportunity to do so, and then move to deploy it in a cheaper country. You can always return to where you came from, when others cannot. Opportunity without action does not diminish the opportunity, regardless of the collective mindset or talking points of any majority. Of course, this does not diminish the issues that millions of people in developed rich nations face on a daily basis. Surely they don't all feel rich. I also sounded the exact same for the majority of my life. I do understand. I instead offer you hope that you can reframe your mindset and see the world as a land of endless, unbound opportunity for those brave enough to take action and make changes in their life. Part 2. Public discourse and the progressive purpose of free speech. Publicly discussing economics is a lost cause. People don't want to listen or change their ideas when confronted with new information. And it's not your fault. School and further education indoctrinates a very set view of the world and does not encourage critical thinking, as much as they like to use that buzzword. I struggled to get through my last year of university on moral grounds. The accounting teaching staff convinced the cohort that the ethical approach to pay for a community hospital is to tax the constituent, confiscate by force in other words, whereas fundraising by donation, volunteerism, or heaven forbid, charge for an in-demand service is not ethical. and therefore not the correct answer. Of course, no matter how much you were to justify why that held belief is perhaps incongruent and offer a alternatively reasoned solution, you would not pass the subject. The same is true for the complete opposite opinion to mine. You have every right to say it, and you should say it. Free speech is largely misunderstood. It's not about the right to be offensive. It's about the ability to challenge ideas and set beliefs. Naturally, by doing this, you risk being offensive. Yet, the majority rarely consider that their widely held opinion might be offensive to someone who thinks differently to them. So it's not a particularly meaningful argument. Rarely do the best ideas come from the common thinker. They come from those who challenge the status quo and push the boundaries, whether that's in hard sciences, social progression, or physical prowess and achievement. Part 3. Take extreme responsibility for a better world. It's time to break away from the mindset that we are victims of our circumstances. We have the power to take control of our lives and make the changes necessary to achieve our goals. It is not easy for anyone, and it will take effort and determination. But the rewards are worth it, not just for you, but for the entire global community. We need to change this mindset in everyone. If I can inspire just one person to see the possibility of taking action, even in the most limiting circumstances, this video essay is worth the potential criticism, so have at it. We live in a world of endless opportunity. The internet has opened up a whole new world of possibilities, and the barriers to entry for starting your own business or pursuing a passion you may have never been lower. The only limits are the ones we place on ourselves. Again, it's not your fault, but it is your responsibility to change it. So it's time to stop blaming the economy, the government, or any other external factor for our and your struggles. It's time right now to take responsibility for your life and make the changes necessary to achieve your goals. Do not give up. It's time to be brave, and it's time to push the boundaries. Who knows what you can achieve when you break free of the mental chains holding you back. I'm Jack Alderton, and I help young, ambitious men improve their lives one step at a time. Stay focused, be authentic, and keep going.